Hello everybody, it's Gary Hallican here, and we have another Reobrix car kit to look at today. And today we have a Cadillac Eldorado. So one of the really most classic cars that there is, right? And based on pictures, I think this is closest to being the 1959 Eldorado, but I think it has some features of the 58 and of the 60. So we'll just say it is a representative of the late 50s, early 60s Eldorado. And what's interesting about this is that for scaling purposes, being a Cadillac, it should end up being significantly larger than the Corvette that we built in my previous video. This was also a Reobrix kit, so Reobrix Corvette right here. But that should be quite a bit smaller car than the Cadillac. So once we get it all built, we will compare them and see what we think about that. So the boxes on these Reobrix kits are pretty nice. You can see they're matte finish, but the picture of the car itself is in a glossy finish. Unfortunately, Temu puts big stickers on the back of these, so we can't see all of the pictures, unfortunately, there. And these are hard to get off. I tried to peel a couple of them, but they don't really come off very easily. So that's a drawback of buying it from Temu. The pros of buying it from there is they're not very expensive. So this one was a little more expensive than the Corvette. I think this one was closer to $14 or so. All right, so let's go ahead and open it up and see what we get. Okay, so we've got this sheet of paper here. And let's see what it tells us. Stickers during assembly process. Okay, just telling us that's the picture that indicates that we're going to use a sticker. How to use bricks. Alright, so these are instructions for how to read the instructions. All right, so maybe this one is a little more involved than the Corvette. The Corvette did not come with a piece of paper like this. All right, there's the windshield piece that is by itself. And then we've got this big bag, similar to what we had with the Corvette. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 bags of parts. I just happened to grab number 6 as the last one, so that's nice. And we have a part separator tool, the same one that came with the Corvette. So most of our parts are in light blue and white, and there's some black and gray and dark blue in there as well. Now I'm suspecting that this is similar to the Corvette in that it uses one bag of parts at a time. That made the build for the Corvette very quick and easy because you use bag 1 and bag 2 and so forth. So I'm going to guess that this works the same way. So here's our manual. And let's see if we have a sticker sheet. We should. There we go. So pretty big sticker sheet. Mostly for the chrome trim details there. What would be chrome, they're just gray on the stickers, but would be chrome on the real car. So we'll have to wait and see how closely this blue matches. Looks like it doesn't match very well at all. I don't know how well you can see on camera there, but the stickers look to be a lot more blue-green than the parts. The parts are just very light blue. Stickers a little more of a blue-green color. So that might not be too good of a match. We'll see how that works out. once we have it all built. But we look at the manual a little bit here. So nice full color manual. They're usually pretty easy to follow. Okay, I will get this built and I'll come back and show you what we get. Alright, so we're back with our complete Cadillac Eldorado. And I've got this new turntable here, so please let me know in the comments if you think that's cool. I think that's pretty cool there, giving us a nice 360 view of the car. So this was another kit where it doesn't have you put the stickers on until the very end. So I've decided to leave them off for the moment, and I might leave them off indefinitely. We'll talk more about them in a minute. But even without them, I think it looks pretty great. There's absolutely no doubt of what this car is supposed to be. It is definitely a Cadillac Eldorado. I think the front end most closely resembles the 1959. However, the 59 Eldorado should have the double rocket ship taillights on each side. So 4 total taillights there. Where the 60, I think it is, just has just the single taillights like this one. So I say, let's just say that it represents the late 50s, early 60s Eldorado and kind of encapsulates all of them there without necessarily being a specific one of them. So this car actually seems a little bit narrow to me. And initially I thought that maybe it was a 6-wide car as opposed to an 8-wide. So of course, when the Lego Speed Champions line started, the cars were initially 6 studs wide. And then they went to 8 studs wide, which has become kind of the standard now. Allows a lot more detail, I think looks better. And it's been the standard for even all of the third-party kits that I've built so far. So all of the Reobrix and Mold King and other kits like that, they've all been 8-wide cars. So this car actually is 8 studs wide. It just feels a little bit narrow, especially when you look at the wheels here and we see how close together the wheels are. All right, very close together there. But if we compare it to, say, the Speed Champions Dodge Charger, this is the Dom's Charger, right? They are almost exactly the same width. So you can see here, they are almost exactly the same width. However, if we look here, we can see the Charger's wheels are much farther apart, right? So that just makes the Cadillac seem a little bit narrow, even though it is an 8-wide car. So like if we bring back in the Reobrix Corvette from my most recent video, and we answer the question from the beginning of this video, you know, how do these scale with each other? I think the scaling might be off just a little bit because of that width issue. So you can see they are pretty much the same width, but the Corvette feels a little bit wider because its wheels are a lot farther apart and the wheels stick out a little bit more. Where, of course, in reality, the Cadillac would be a little bit wider than the Corvette. You can see here it is, of course, much longer, though. So quite a bit longer than the Corvette. So I don't know, the scaling might not be exactly right on it. It still looks pretty great, but I feel like it maybe is just a little bit narrow, right? So the build on this one was very simple, very easy, didn't take very long. These Reobrix kits use 1 bag of parts at a time, so that makes finding the parts for each step very simple to do. The most interesting part of this build was also the trickiest part to actually get put on the car. So the side panels of this car, from about right here all the way to the tail lights, those side panels are all built as one piece and then slapped on to the side of the car. So not quite everything wanted to fit when you did that, especially these seat pieces right here. So these almost kind of had to be forced into place a little bit. But once the side panels are completely on, I think it feels very, very sturdy there. Interestingly about those, the first side panel, the instructions kind of held your hand through it and had you just adding like 1 or 2 pieces at a time. And then for the other side panel, it was, you know, just a few steps. It condensed the steps down and basically did, you know, several pieces all at once. It figured that you must have figured it out on the first one. So that is kind of interesting. Otherwise, though, the build's pretty simple. Also, like the other Reobrix kits, this one doesn't have a dedicated base piece. So let's talk about the stickers here. So we need the stickers for the hood ornaments and for the chrome details on the side and some of the other things like that. But I'm thinking that I might just leave them off here because the color does not really match at all. So hopefully the camera can pick it up pretty good here, but I think you can definitely see it. The car is this really soft baby blue color, and the stickers are a lot more blue-green. They're, you know, almost turquoise here on the stickers. So the colors doesn't really match at all, right, with that. So I think I'm going to leave the stickers off. It's a lot more egregious than the stickers on the Corvette here. The red doesn't quite match that, but it's much closer than the stickers here for the Cadillac. All right, so for some other size comparisons, we already saw the size comparisons, of course, but just to bring them back in here, here is the Speed Champions Dom's Charger. So you can see the Cadillac quite a bit longer, as it should be, almost exactly the same width. And bring back the Corvette in here. So the Cadillac, a lot longer than the Corvette, probably should be a little bit wider in relation to the Corvette there. All right, so that is the Reobrix Technology Cadillac Eldorado. So I think it's pretty fantastic to get a kit of such an iconic car, and it definitely is that car, right? So it very definitely is a Cadillac Eldorado. Captures the shape very nicely. So that is nice. There's a couple of tiny negative points on it. The stickers, you know, aren't really good, aren't really usable if you're wanting the colors to match. And I think it should be just a speck wider to get the scaling correct there. But otherwise, a very nice kit, I think. So let me know in the comments if you have this one. Let me know if you have a real Cadillac. Let me know what other Cadillacs you think should get a kit. I think we should get a kit of the gray 77 Eldorado that Kyle and Sarah drive to try to get away from the Terminator, right? That's the Cadillac that I would like to see. And let me know what else is cool, and we'll see you in the next review.